It was a brutal loss for the Browns last night, and one play has fans torn. How a former Buckeye got back at Baker. Ellen DeGeneres playing defense. What she wants you to know about her and former President Bush. Plus, the name of our show is Lunch Break. Watch as we surprise an entire restaurant by buying them lunch.
It's your lunch break with Jay Crawford.
Yikes. What a disaster last night was. This is the second time this year that the Browns have lost by 4 touchdowns.
Hashtag not a victory Tuesday.
No, not at all. With that, we say welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Jay Crawford with Sara Shookman. We're streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Send us your comments, please. You know what gets my mind off a terrible football loss?
What's that?
Food.
Lunch, of course. It's National Pierogi Day. How about that? It's so Cleveland.
I don't know if we have a close-up of it. There it is. Let me just say, Sarah, this smells much better than it looks.
Sometimes pierogies are hard to plate beautifully, particularly here in studio.
Right, yeah.
But they are delicious, and thank you to Rudy's Bakery for hooking us up this morning. You know, they even make a Baker Mayfield pierogi.
Probably not today.
Not today.
Not as many today, perhaps,
no,
as they made last week. How much did you watch?
Well, I was here, of course. We were getting ready for the show afterwards. So we had the whole thing on, but there was a point, probably somewhere in the third quarter, where I said, this is not going to get any better.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch, right?
I did find a silver lining.
What's that?
It was a fast game because there were no timeouts in the fourth quarter.
True.
And that meant that the newscast went on sooner, which meant your long day got a little bit shorter.
I got to bed a little earlier.
Yeah.
So I guess I have the Browns to thank for that. But the rest of Cleveland, I don't know what the upside is there.
Yeah, not much, not much. Final score 31-3. Browns are now 2-3. 2 more tough games coming. They could be 2-5. Here is the play everyone is talking about today, though. Former Buckeye Nick Bosa, once the good guy when he was a Buckeye, sacks Baker Mayfield on this play. Now, he's going to take some revenge on Baker Mayfield. You hear he's winding up, and he is planting the flag. And that is revenge for this play coming up. Remember this? Baker and the Oklahoma Sooners came into the horseshoe, and they pounded the Buckeyes 31-16, and he went to the O in the middle of the field, and he planted this flag. Oh, he got it last night, though. And boy, was he trolled after the game by Nick Bosa. Listen.
I was just screaming his name like, Baker, Baker, you good? Come on, pick it up. We want a challenge.
Come on, pick it up. So, I want your thoughts on Bosa trolling Baker.
Okay, well, as a Buckeye fan, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
And it was very hard for all of us and kind of left a sour taste in your mouth on Baker.
No question.
When conversations started about him, you know.
Yep. Everybody remembered
guy
that.
That's a good teammate or has good sportsmanship or, you know, things of that nature. Now that we've gotten to know him as a Cleveland Brown,
right,
he likes to have a chip on his shoulder.
He does.
He likes to hold a grudge. So I think you're dealing with two guys that might have a very similar personality here.
Well, look, they're professional athletes, so yes, they are very competitive. The one thing that I hope Baker kind of takes from this, because this happened last year, too. You remember after the win last year, Baker made the line, hey, I woke up feeling dangerous.
Yep.
Well, last year when the Texans put the Browns' face in the dirt, after the game, J.J. Watt said, I woke up feeling dangerous. These guys have long memories.
He sets himself up for stuff like this.
You do. You do. So now, look, maybe that will be future motivation for games down the road. But when you celebrate publicly and in the face of your defeated opponent, this is what happens.
When you see these two side by side, by the way, Nick Bosa practiced.
I heard that.
You could tell he practiced.
He admitted it.
And then, he told reporters the whole bye week before. So he was watching that video just to get his motions down just right with that flag.
And you know what? He nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. Look, to the victor goes the spoils.
Stings.
You don't want to see that kind of stuff. Don't celebrate in the face of your defeated opponent.
There you go.
Pretty simple.
Leave it there.
Okay, speaking of football and trolling, did you see the Twitter dust-up, Sarah, over Ellen DeGeneres? She went to the football game Sunday, the Packers and the Cowboys game, and she went as an invited guest of Jerry Jones' daughter. She was sitting in the box next to former President George W. Bush. There's the former prez. Well, there were many on Twitter that saw this shot that Fox took during the game, and they didn't like it. They let her have it. Primarily what they were saying was, look, he has low standards because, in their view, Bush discriminated against the LGBT community when he was president. She is defending her choice, though, to sit by President Bush. Watch.
I'm friends with George Bush. In fact, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that that's okay, that we're all different. For instance, I wish people wouldn't wear fur. I don't like it, but I'm friends with people who wear fur. And I'm friends with people who are furry, as a matter of fact. I have friends who should tweeze more. And I have, but just because I don't agree with someone on everything doesn't mean that I'm not going to be friends with them. When I say be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people that think the same way that you do. I mean be kind to everyone. Doesn't matter.
Powerful message.
Leave it to Ellen to put it in perspective for us, right?
She nailed it.
I mean, she really did. I think the idea, she says, when did it become a bad thing to surround ourselves with people who have different opinions than us? And that in the Twitter verse now, I feel like that's what it becomes. It's like, no, everything is so polarizing. You got to be one side or the other. It's okay to spend time with people and have conversations and dialogue with people who don't see everything the way you do.
Couldn't agree more. And here's my thing. If I was friends with only people that I agree with on everything, I wouldn't have any friends.
That's so
You're
true.
going to find flashpoints. To me, the message is discuss things. Discuss your disagreements with people that you're friends with that you might change someone's mind.
Exactly. This is the idea of her being an advocate, too, that she can maybe have conversations and change minds just by the way she lives her life.
You can see the entire Ellen episode today, 5 o'clock on Channel 3. There's one other thing I want to mention in this. She read a tweet. It said, Ellen and George Bush together makes me have faith in America again.
There you go.
That's it. Come together. We've got enough division. The next story caught my attention because I have played this game, and I know firsthand 2 parents in Montreal have filed a suit against the makers of the game Fortnite. I'm sure you've heard of it. They're claiming that the game can be as addictive and as harmful as cocaine. Last year, the World Health Organization actually classified gaming as an addictive disorder, Sarah. Here's what the Cleveland Clinic told us about it then. Well, we're not going to hear from the doctor, but what the doctor said, Sarah, was this is a real disorder. When you spend too much time doing anything, it can be addictive. I've played this game. There are all kinds of little hooks. Here's the object of the game, in case you don't know. You enter a world in which there are 100 players, counting yourself. And really, the idea is to eliminate the other players. It's not graphic. It's kind of cartoonish. But there is some violence. I mean, you're shooting people. You're shooting other characters.
Kids were really into this game. I mean, everybody was hooked on it. It was huge conversation about who should be playing it, or how often, or how much, and with whom over the internet. You know, a few months back, I think when I heard this, I'm not a gamer, so I set that up, but. This is all social media. They've said the very same things about the way Instagram, you can scroll to the end of the earth, it never stops, and the way likes on Facebook, you know, they give you that same hit. They compare that again to cocaine. They say that addictiveness, I know I've read a lot about, there's a group of some Silicon Valley execs who left their companies and put this Center for Humane Technology together because it's all about this idea of how this stuff can really, it's having a major effect on our brains, that's for sure.
And that group you speak of, they are trying to keep this technology out of their kids' hands. Because they understand that the software is written to be addictive.
Especially in that formative time for your brain.
Moderation.
In all.
All right, let's see what else is clicking in Cleveland. We got a little preview just a second ago. For that, our first hello of the day to our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. Stephanie, hello.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Sarah. Well, it is no surprise the Browns are obviously on everybody's mind. And our 3 News Go team put out a poll on their Facebook group today. We want to know whether people are worried about the team or whether they think it was just a bad night and everything will be okay after that loss last night to the 49ers. So what we're seeing is it's pretty much an even split between people who are nervous about the team and some people who think it was just a bad night. Some of you said you just don't care. And a handful of you said this is to be expected. We have a new head coach, a relatively new quarterback. So they're not that worried about it in that regard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link to that poll here in the comments so you can weigh in on our Facebook and YouTube streams, and you can even actually write in your own vote. Mike Polk Jr., though, ran into UFC heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic in Kent. Here's what he thinks about it.
They're going to figure it out. Listen, they're a brand new team. They got a lot going on, new coach. It's a lot figuring out, but listen, they're doing well.
Stipe knows what it takes to win if anybody does, and so he thinks it's just some growing pains, and it might take some time for the Browns to sort of find their vibe. And good things can take time, right, guys?
Well, they have 5
Very
days.
true.
They have 5 days to find that vibe. Seattle comes up quick.
Ugh, they do.
Yeah.
Stipe's a good encourager, though. I think hopefully we can all remember, grain of salt this morning, see where we're at next week.
Yeah. If anybody can get off the mat, it's Clevelanders.
That's right.
So, Browns, we're counting on you. Lunch break. Coming right back.
Next on the menu, Jay buys lunch. The surprise he had for some lucky lunch goers.
Looking for ways to save time and do less chores? Well, did you know you can actually hire someone to clean up after...
People in high places, Adam. I don't know who that is, but somebody here knows people in high places.
It's nice to be welcomed by all of these wonderful guests.
It's humbling, and Lester, thank you.
Day
and
two.
Adam, thank you.
Yes. Day 2 is going good so far.
So far, so good. We like to do 2 things on lunch break, and if you join us regularly, you'll realize this. We want to make your lives easier any way we can, and we also like to eat lunch.
Of course. So, Jay, combine the 2 and surprise some good people with lunch. Take a look.
We're at Yours Truly in Beechwood. I'm going to go inside, introduce myself to them, find out what's important in their lives. What do they want to see on lunch break? And there may be a bit of a surprise in store for all of them. Let's go. Hello, ladies. Do you mind if I pull up a chair after I already have?
Not at all.
Do you mind if I join you for a little bit of lunch? Just for a little chat? I just thought it would be a great idea to give Clevelanders a lunch break, because I think, couldn't we all deserve a little bit of a lunch break?
More than a lunch break.
What do you want to see on the show?
So you might want to do some human interest stories. People in Cleveland that are doing great things.
I love that idea. I want to meet as many people that change Cleveland as I possibly can.
Are you east side or west side?
I've realized that there's some sort of competition here between east side and west side.
I'm bi-coastal.
Okay.
Do both sides of the Cuyahoga.
This is fun. This is fun.
And it will be every day at 12 noon on Channel 3. Do you typically watch television in the middle of the day? Is that something that you do?
I do.
And what do you prefer to watch?
Channel 3.
That's a great answer.
Would you believe I'm 80 years old? 81?
81 years old. I want the show to sort of be a manual to a better life.
Yeah.
Who better to ask about how to live a great life than a woman who's been with us 81 years? What's your tip? How do we get to 81?
Start taking care of your body when you're young. Walking, halfway eating right.
Eat right and exercise.
Yeah.
Can I have everyone's attention, please? I don't mean to interrupt your lunch. I'm going to give everyone in this restaurant a lunch break. I am picking up the tab for everyone today. So please enjoy lunch on me. Everyone that's going to watch, raise your hands. Enjoy lunch. So yeah, that's what we'll bribe viewers.
I was going to say, you bought that whole room full of viewers for us.
I did my best.
That's so nice.
There was one woman in the audience that I spoke to in the restaurant who was 90 years old yesterday. And I told her, because I told her to watch the whole first week, that I would say happy birthday. So you know who you are. Happy 90th birthday. She was wonderful. Aww. And she actually said that one of her keys to staying young was to keep working. And she said, my husband's 96 and he still works. And I said, what does he do? And she looked to her friend and she goes, I don't know. What does he do again? He does something. He runs his own business at 96 years old.
How cool is that?
How about that?
Yeah. You met some really good Clevelanders out there.
Very fun people. It was my pleasure.
It was fun.
More lunch break coming up.
Next on the menu, shoe purgatory? Our fashion expert reveals the best shoes when it's too cold for sandals, but not cold enough for boots.
Here you go. Beautiful day out there, Sarah.
Lovely.
Nice
Sun
picture.
shining. What is it, 66 degrees right now?
That works.
Not bad.
That works. For where we are in the calendar, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Shoe purgatory is a real thing, and I'm explaining that in a second. And I know it because my wife and I went to her class reunion Saturday night, 35th year. It's amazing. She's 38, and she's already had her 35th high school reunion. You look great, Tracy.
She does.
She said, when I told her we were doing this segment, she goes, oh, my God, I had that dilemma Saturday. Do I wear sandals or boots?
66 degrees. You don't know what to do. So Hallie Abrams is here from the Wardrobe Consultant. Wonderful stylist and friend of ours. So good to have you here,
Thanks
Hallie.
for having me again.
And you have written about this topic because it is one, like so many others, that you help us with. You know, not just what to wear, but what to wear it with and how to wear it and how to deal with Cleveland weather as we're dealing with all these style dilemmas,
Although
right?
I'm not complaining today because
No.
it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. But I think that what happens is that for a lot of women, especially in Northeast Ohio, right? Our repertoire goes from sandals straight to boots. And it's that in-between time that is shoe purgatory, because we're neither in heaven nor hell.
There we go.
But that's September, October, November. And then it happens again in March, April, May.
Yes.
Right? So it's what do you wear when you're not ready, like the sandals are too sandally and the boots are too booty.
Right.
Right.
There are some things in the middle, and Hallie's going to work us through that. So we're going to start by talking about ankle booties and booties in general. So, you know, not the boot like this with, you know, all the shearling and everything in there.
Right.
But what kind of a boot could we gravitate towards?
So an ankle bootie is great because it hits, as the name suggests, right at the ankle. One of the other things I like to have, is a boot that, may I pick this up? Okay, that sort of has a cutout. Because the key to shoe purgatory, being saved from shoe purgatory, is to show some skin.
There you
Not
go.
too much skin, but enough skin that you don't feel like it's winter, but it's not too summery for summer.
Harkens back to the sandal a little bit.
Exactly.
I wanted to show off that fancy zipper in the back. I like that. I think it's a
like
cool
the
look.
hardware.
I like it.
And white boots are in that same category as well.
White boots totally are, although you don't have to show the skin with white boots because the color white, right? Everyone thinks of white
Summer.
after Labor Day, yada, yada.
Do we have to pay attention to that?
No, I could do a whole thing for you on those fallacies if you would like. But yeah, those like whatever you.
All those things you heard growing up, you don't
those
need to worry about anymore.
Exactly.
The fashion rules.
Yes, the fashion rules that are no longer rules. But white boots, because they're white, are great. And they just freshen everything up. And you really can wear them 12 months a year. Can I show my cool ones?
Please
that
show
I have?
yours.
Please
Yes.
do. Let's walk around.
I don't know if we can get a shot of those, but
I don't know if you can. I could
if you stand still in one spot, a camera will find
They
you.
will
I promise.
come to you.
A camera will come to
Yeah,
me.
there you go. Those are fancy. I like those.
So I'm wearing all black, but having that pop of white makes it not feel too wintry.
Yeah.
And this is actually a direct-to-consumer brand called Inez, and they're super cushy, and they come in wide. So,
okay, so we also have some lower options, you know, not just boots, but things like mules or even ballet flats, things like that. Tell me about those options.
So
this time of
ballet
year.
flats, again, you're getting to see the top of your foot. So
a little more skin
exposed. A little more
exposed.
skin. I really like a pair like this. This is a Sam Edelman pair. They're from Knuth. And they're a little pointier at the top, so it elongates the leg. And this is called a dorset, where there's like the skip between the front and the back.
Okay.
Again, it's very elongating. So if you cannot wear a heel and you prefer a flat, it looks really good with a skirt.
Little dressier too, and I know you say snakeskin is a neutral.
Snakeskin is a neutral, and it's very, very in.
Okay, good to know.
Another sort of cool concept is this is a loafer that is convertible. So you push down the back and it can become a mule.
Oh, you can just slide it on.
Yes, you can just slide it on.
That's how I wear my slippers around the house.
Yes, isn't that funny?
I've killed the backs of them.
So now you can get in real shoes.
These happen to be Gucci, but Sam
Fancy.
Edelman has made a copy. So that is really also great and comes in a bunch of colors.
Awesome. Hallie Abrams, thank you so much. You solved all of our fashion dilemmas.
Well, hopefully the shoe ones for Shoe Purgatory today.
I wish we would have done this segment last Friday, but we weren't a show yet.
Sorry, Tracy.
And welcome. Welcome, Jay. I'm
Thank
so glad
you.
to be on
Thank
one
you,
of your first week. I appreciate it.
It's great to have you here. A new lunch spot in Crocker Park. We'll tell you what it is when we come right back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Looking to cater an event for you.
Hey, Jay and Sarah. Speaking of lunch break, I got your next hot lunch spot, and it's right located here in Crocker Park. It is Hot Chicken Takeover. I mean, seriously, you have to take a look at all this. Of course, all of the chicken, but then also all the sides as well. They have baked beans. They have mac and cheese. They've got all the coleslaw, and this is inspired from the CEO and the founder. It comes straight from his grandma's cookbook. I mean, it's incredible. And all week long here, $1 from every meal goes to a local charity, Neighborhood Alliance. Come here, check it out. Located right here on Main Street in Crocker Park. But for now, I mean, seriously, I gotta stop talking. I gotta eat some of this chicken. Over to you guys.
Wow, and he didn't bring us any.
That looks like a nice lunch right there.
Have you eaten at Hot Chicken?
No, it's brand new. It's just opening. But I have done the Nashville kind of meat and three like that, and it's delicious. So, I mean, it's cool to have that up here.
I'm hungry. We will be eating lunch on the show every Friday, and where we eat is literally up to you.
Yes, so you have to tell us your favorite lunch spots on our live stream, both YouTube and Facebook. Help us choose. We're going to do this every Friday.
And make them good. Stephanie, let's go over you before we close.
Yes, we love getting your comments. Keep them coming in. Denise Richline-Lehman said she loved that we showed Ellen DeGeneres' video, and she spoke the truth.
Very good.
Thanks, Denise.
That was my favorite moment of the show. We don't have to get along on everything to be friends.
Be kind to each other, right?
Please be kind.
We'll repeat that message.
Yes. Join us tomorrow. We're back. Lunch break. We'll see you at noon.
Bye.
News, a part of your afternoon. Watch us live wherever you are, on our website, on our apps, and on Hulu and Roku. No matter where you are, 3 News is there.